Hey friends, how are you? I'm Lisa, Little Annie Z. This is my mom and my Flosstube channel, Little Annie Z and Mama Z. And I am here with a lot of fun stuff for you today. Thank you so much for new subscribers. I've noticed that I have, my mom and I have a couple new subscribers, so thank you for that, and welcome back to those of you who regularly join me. So I have a lot to share with you. Some updates that I want to just share with you because I'm so excited. I have joined 2 new guilds. I don't know if I have mentioned this in the last Flosstube, but I have joined a large guild, and I don't want to get the name wrong. It's called the Sampler Guild of Georgia, and then I think a group of those women have started another guild, which I also joined, that is that meets closer to my house, and that's called the Magnolia Sampler Guild. So I found out about these, the larger guild, I believe, may have been the smaller guild, from Country Stitchers. They did like a guild spotlight, and so my first, I went down a rabbit trail finding the 2. The one that Country Sampler had mentioned, our Country Stitchers have mentioned, and then the second one. So I just joined both and I'm so glad I did. If you have a guild in your area, I just highly recommend it. I have never had so much fun. So the Magnolia Sampler Guild, my first meeting, I got to meet Dames of the Needle. She is a member and did a drum finishing demonstration, and that was so much fun. And that guild is doing a sampler reproduction. I learned that there's only 30 historical samplers in the whole state of Georgia, and the Roswell Historical Society has it, and our guild is, somebody from our guild is reproducing it and will sell the PDFs for the sampler to benefit the Historical Society. So I am super excited about that. That is our October meeting. We're going to learn all about that. But I found out about a Blackbird Designs extravaganza that the Sampler Guild of Georgia did, and I just had a blast. I met so many new friends. We did a show and tell. So I wanted to show you what I put on the table, the show and tell table. And it is my very first Blackbird Designs pattern or chart from the Agnes Platt book. So while you're taking a look at that, let me pull that out. So this is done on 14 count Aida taupe by Fabric Flair. Yes, here's the book here. And it is that top part called the B-skep. So I had to adapt it a little bit because I'm doing it on Aida. So this part here is usually, it's charted in satin stitch, but I just did straight stitch, straight cross stitch. And then I did put a row of, you can't see it in the video, a row of my first try at eyelets. see if I can get it close up enough for you to see. Yeah, in between the roof and the bricks. So I did this all in DMC, and this is what I brought for my show and tell for the Blackbird Design Extravaganza for the Sampler Guild of Georgia. Some of the other things we did at that Guild Blackbird Design Extravaganza was we did a little craft. We made a scissor fob. And so they provided everything needed to do that. And I love that little toggle there for my name and then the crinkly ribbon. And I put it on my scissors. So that was super fun. And then the other thing, they gave out a couple gifts, and one of the gifts was a wax, a thread waxer, and it's a tiny little house. So cute. And this is real beeswax. You could tell real beeswax from beeswax that have like things added to it. First of all, the smell. This definitely smells like real beeswax. The color for real beeswax is yellow. And I just keep it in this little Altoid tin that I made. I'm going to show you a little bit more about what's in my Stitchy box in a little while. So those are the updates that I have for what I've been up to, and really fun, exciting. Next, I want to show you a couple FFOs, and one of them is that I finished my berry bowl sampler, and I framed it. This is the berry bowl sampler chart. It's a collaboration from Heartstring Samplery and the Scarlet House. And I learned a lot with this, and I'll explain. This is my finish. So this is a 12 by 12 frame from Amazon. It came in a 2-pack. Has an easel on the back and the hardware to hang it. So as you can tell, both of these sides were stitched on 40 count, but one of them is a tighter weave than the other. So you can tell that this side is smaller than this side, and that I had a hard time stitching the cartouche in the center, but I made it work, and I'm pretty happy with it. You know, I learned, and next time I'll do it differently. Next time I'll make sure that, you know, if I do this again, my sides are the same type of weave, not only the same count, but the same type of weave. You can't see it very well on camera, but I stitched, instead of the last berry bowl, I stitched the year 2023. And my center cartouche, I didn't do any of the initials that are in the sampler, but the center cartouche says, "Great Redeemer, in thy word I fix my hope secure," and then I just stitched a little crown. So I love the way this came out. I did have to do some substitutions, and I did this on 40 count Wren by Picture This Plus on this side, and 40 count Angel Hair by Weeks Dye Works, all over dyed 1/2, except the verse in the center is 1/1. So that's the berry bowl sampler. The other FFO that I had is the Stitching with the Housewives monthly weigh-in for September. And I finished that on the scale from Paisley and Polka Dots. And this is what it looks like. I made a couple modifications. I didn't do the stripes in the shirt or the straw coming out of the scarecrow. I also did not stitch the center of the scale. So I'm going to show you, which I have shown before, but I do want to share with you my project bag for this, my project keeper for this yearly project, because it is a month-by-month club from Fat Quarter Shop. So I do and I've explained this before, let's see, a tea-dyed, you can see where I've tea-dyed that. This is 28 count country French latte, and I've tea-dyed it. So that's what I'm doing each of those pieces on. And whenever they come in, this is what I am keeping the project in. So this is my Q-snap. And I made this project keeper especially for stitching on black linen, but it works to keep my project in for this year-long monthly weigh-in. This is the periwinkle template that I purchased from Missouri Star Quilt Company. I won't get too much into that because I have explained this in a previous Flosstube. But inside, I keep my my needle minder with my floss ring. Has the cherries and the bowls. I just bought those charms and then I made it up. It matches the needle minder. And then in my case, I have an extra needle, and then I have a clip to hold my linen if I need to, and my scissors. So I want to share with you, I want to be intentional about sharing with you the entire kit that I have for each project. I think that would be fun to share with you, the scissors that I chose and the little bling that I have for each project. So that's what I have for my monthly weigh-in. And then I do have one more FFO to share with you. And that is a table topper that I made. It's not a quilted table topper, but it goes underneath my fall display on my kitchen counter. And this is really, I can put this out now for August. It's the Cozy Up charm pack that I used. I placed my squares on a piece of fusible interfacing and then ironed them on. And then all I did was a quick backing from Hobby Lobby. And then put right sides together, stitched it, turned it inside out, and then stitched the opening closed. So it's super quick, not at all complicated. but this will carry me from August through the fall. Let's see, I don't want to forget anything. I have a couple whips to show you. So my first whip, this is my whip basket, by the way. This sits next to my Stitchy chair. I love this basket. It's a longer burger basket that I earned from having parties way back in the early 2000s. But Beach Boardwalk is what I'm working on. This is my bag. I have a cute little zipper pull that goes, this is sunglasses and a soda bottle. It matches the fabric. It's all from Kimberbell. And I'll show you the inside of the bag. I'm pretty sure I've showed this to you before, but since I'm bringing it out again, I'll just show you quickly. And this is the inside of the bag. So I've done Beach Boardwalk. I've got all of my floss and stuff in this 21 pouch, and I've done so far, I've showed you the first one, the oh no, this is the first one, the ice cream shop, and then this is the second one, the surf shop. This is by Country Cottage Needleworks, and I'm using the Seaside Tiny Town thread pack for this instead of the called for, because I liked the colors better. And I purchased this from Primrose Cottage. And in my bag is my scissor holder with my black pair of scissors. I also have my Lori Holt magnifiers and a little needle book that I made with my extra needles in there. And I also have a design board that I made to keep my threads on as I'm working. But this is, doing this on 18 count Davos, beige Davos. I've got an ice cream parlor needle minder there. And I'm stitching this all in one piece. This is going to be super cute. This is on a little bit smaller count. My project's going to end up being a little bit smaller than the called for. This is not the called for linen either. So super cute. I love the way it's turning out. And that is Beach Boardwalk. And my next whip is one that I'm working on in between these monthly clubs. So I have that one, right now it's on my stand, but when I transport it, like if I bring this to the guild, I have it in this bag that I made with French General fabric. I kept the selvage on my zipper pull because I just thought the selvage was so pretty. Let's see if I can show it to you. So I use that as my zipper pull, and I've got the French General fabric with a little bit of lace trim. And let me show you my progress on, you probably can see it right back here behind me. So this is, I keep this out all the time because I'm picking it up whenever I've got some time. But this is Feast of Friendship by Blackbird Designs. And I've changed my fabric, but I'm using most of the called for threads. My threads are on this little thread keep here. And this is my Stitchy box that I keep out with my stand. I've showed you this before. This is a Blackbird Designs project. I painted the box from Hobby Lobby, and I have all of my fun stitchy things in here. So in here I have my threads with my bling on here that I made. This is a sampler. Probably have shown this to you before. I took a photo and then made the cabochon. But I'm using, like I said, most of the called for, I did have to substitute some linen, some threads. And in this Stitchy box, I have my magnifiers, Lori Holt magnifiers. My box that I showed you earlier with my waxer in there. And I've also showed this to you before. I've got my counting pins in here. This is a needle minder. This is a pin that my mother-in-law embroidered for me, and I turned it into a needle minder. I saved these crocheted motifs that I was making a bedspread, and it was just taking me forever. So I put my counting pins in there. So that's what I have in this stitching box, along with my scissors. Now, these are the best pair of scissors that I have. Go watch Jean Farrish's latest Flosstube on about scissors. And I fell in love with these that she had in her Etsy shop. They are gold. They are handcrafted from England. I wish I could remember the name of them, but go watch her Flosstube. I love them. I didn't have a really nice pair of embroidery scissors, so these are my first. So that is what's in my stitching box, and I still have this on my stand, but this is my progress. It's a little lopsided, but I'm doing this on 32 count hibiscus by Fiber on a Whim, and that is a pretty good representation of the color. So let me get it a little bit closer for you. And I'm just working, filling in and working on the house, working on the fruit, doing a little bit of everything just so I don't get bored on one thing. So that is my progress on Feast of Friendship. And then my last WIP is my double crochet blanket that I've been working on. Oops, my hook fell out. Let me stick that in there. I made some more progress on it. Last I showed you, I was working on this blue, and I am now working up here on the yellow. There we go. So I've got my yarn in this batter bowl that I found from a craftsman potter at a farmer's market, and I loved the inside of it. Isn't that beautiful? So I use it to keep my yarn in by my stitchy chair. And then, let's see, I wanted to share with you some of my collection additions. So I did get at Hobby Lobby this is a floss organizer. So you can see it's got the rings and the, it's like a little mini binder with the bags. So I will be eventually working with some silks, and so I'm ready for that. I've got that. If you're a crocheter, I wanted to share with you a crochet designer that I found on Etsy where you can, I've got my crochet, I just put like cardstock in the front of this binder, and I've got all of my crochet patterns that I want to do in here. This is the Stry Throw by debross.com. It's a company out of New York City. But what's neat about this, here's another one, is it looks like knit, but it's crochet. And you can, see if I can show you. You can customize the size of your throw by filling in. She gives you a starting point by filling in the blanks. I don't want to show you the pattern, but so for instance, she tells you for, say you want a baby blanket. Well, you start with a certain amount of chains and then you move on from there. So she gives you the starting point for each size. And so these are, to me that was really innovative and very versatile. And then I want to show you a couple Blackbird designs that I've purchased. So first I want to show you at the Blackbird Designs extravaganza that I was telling you about, they let us pick a chart from the stash of one of the women who, a prior member who has passed away. She had an incredible stash, and they bought a good bit of her stash and then donated the money to this woman's children. And so I was excited to pick up Beneath the Sunlit Sky. I have a nautical wall that I have started, and I want to work on this piece. It says, "The sea appears all golden beneath the sunlit sky." I thought that was a really cool chart. It's part of the Loose Feathers series. So I picked up Thankful November and Pumpkin Farm. And in addition, I picked up Feliz Navidad and All Joys for Thine, Christmas. I love the colors in this. And that one is just so pretty. I've loved this one forever. And then I also picked up Honeybee by Blackbird Designs. And Sweet August with the sunflowers. I love that one. Here's the other two. And Pledge of Affection. And What Remains. You all have seen that one. My Heart Can Rest. And let's see. I think that may have been it for Blackbird. Oh no. Nope, there's more. The Country Life. Love that one. And Blackbird. I'm not sure how I'm going to do this one, but I loved having a monochrome Blackbird chart in my collection. And so then I've got a few others that I've downloaded. This is Lucy Beam, Love and Stitches, the Heirloom Tomato Needlework Set. Super cute. Stacy Nash Primitives, Summer Pomegranate Needlebook and Pin Keep. I fell in love with that pomegranate. These are ones that I've downloaded from Etsy, from Stacy Nash's Etsy shop. Boxwood Manor, Sewing Book and Needle Keep. I loved those pairs. And that's a really pretty house. The needle book is a really interesting construction, so I think I want to try that. And then I've got Snooty Parrots by Barbara Anna Designs. Victoria House Designs Elegant Bird. I loved this. Love those colors. This is a free chart from With Thy Needle and Thread on her website. I'm going to show it really quick, way back here, but it's a really cute pattern. Jane Smith Sampler by Sub Rosa. Loved the color combination here. And then Quaint Rose Needle Arts, E. Harris, 1876. I may or may not have shown this one to you. And then I picked up Mary Cornwall. I actually, I downloaded this one. And there was some significance to this. I'm trying to remember why I downloaded this. But this is Mary Cornwall, 1827. Love the crowns. Let me pull this out because I do want to share with you why, the significance why I pulled this. I wanted to download this one. Let's see. Oh, yes, because she was born on my birthday. That's why. She has the same birthday as I do. Obviously not the same year. And then another one from Hands Across the Sea that I wanted was Emma and Martin Noah Hubbard. And I wanted this because I also have a boy and a girl. And this is a boy and a girl, brother and sister sampler. The birthdays on here are similar to the birthdays of my children, and also the age difference is similar. So I wanted to have this in my collection. So that is all that I have for you. And I thank you for joining me, and I hope that you saw some fun inspiration. I'll try to link everybody that I've mentioned if I can, or tag you on YouTube. And so I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day and have fun stitching all the things. See you next time.